let's make an action scene.
Who want it with the boy? Come test me now. With a flick of my wrist, I break backbones and necks. Animal instinct, the game I'm sinking my teeth. I don't really want no action.
Once you see the heat that we packing, take it to the streets, let's make an action scene.
And welcome everyone to the debut episode of PWS Action. And tonight, what a match we have to kick things off. A Mill City street fight as Frank Bones faces Nick Rage. Let's send it to the ring.
All you people watching at home, you need to turn off the TV, put down the phone, and turn off the tablet, because Nick Rage has something to say. Frank Bones, you think I'm some sort of fool? You think I wouldn't come for revenge for breaking my nose? I had to compete in the PWS Championship Tournament with a broken nose, and I still defeated Gree-D. I can't allow that type of injustice to take place. So I'm challenging you right here tonight to a Mill City street fight. And if you dare accept my challenge, Frank Bones, I guarantee you, one way or another, you will feel the power of hate.
And look at this, there's Frank Bones from the back. And Nick Rage comes right back with the kendo stick into his face. And now he's putting that kendo stick right to Frank Bones' body. This is Alex Kelly calling things from the booth, the announce booth. And man, this match has started off in an explosive way. Nick Rage, big body slam to Frank Bones. And Frank Bones is down and out. Look at that elbow right to the spine. And you gotta question Frank Bones taking this match so close to his championship tournament match against a mystery opponent coming up this Saturday at War Torn. Oh, and look at that. Nick Rage kendo stick right to the back one more time. And now he's choking Frank Bones with it. Nick Rage seeking revenge for his broken nose at the hands of the Twister Time. Back in our preview episodes, Frank Bones got a big win on Nick Rage and broke his nose with the Twister Time and might have re-broken it right there with the kendo stick, smashing it in Nick Rage's face. And both men taking a decent amount of damage very early on here. And Frank Bones goes to work now. Double axe handle right to the face of Nick Rage. Oh, Nick tried to pick up that top there, tried to hit Frank Bones with it, but he couldn't even get a hand on it. And Frank Bones puts the knuckles right in the eye socket of Nick Rage one more time. Nick Rage now looking for his signature kendo stick. But Frank Bones puts an end to that, and he starts dropping psycho elbows right onto Nick Rage. And there's a third one. It was hard to sit there and watch and see Frank Bones just creep up on Nick Rage. He had no idea it was coming. Just like he had no idea that big right hand was coming directly to his face. Oh, but Nick Rage fighting back now. Shots to the ribs. Hooks up Frank Bones. Big time vertical suplex drops Bones right on his back. And you can almost see the gears working in Nick Rage's head. He's trying to figure out some sort of way to get back on top in this matchup. And there's a big boot right to the ribs. Wow. And a clubbing blow to the back. And now it's Frank Bones. Frank Bones on the back pedal. And Nick Rage just pouring on the offense here. Picks up. Oh, there's a signature backbreaker. Nick Rage loves to work the back, to work towards that. Oh, into the cover here. 1, 2. Oh, and Frank Bones gets the shoulder up. Gotta be disappointing for Nick Rage. He laid into Frank Bones with that kendo stick and then dropped him with the big backbreaker, and still Frank Bones able to kick out. But now, oh man, kendo stick right to the thigh. And now he's got that lid right to the back of Frank Bones. And again, trying to make use of that backbreaker he put in, trying to keep working on that spine. And a big shot to the back, but Frank Bones, he's had enough. Answer it back with right hands, big kick in the gut. And oh, the DDT on the lid. And Nick Rage goes flying, but Frank Bones doesn't have enough energy to capitalize on it right at this second. And of course, this Saturday, coming up at War Torn, Frank Bones faces a mystery opponent in the championship tournament. And the winner of that match will face Nick Rage in the finals to determine the first ever PWS YouTube champion. And both men back to their feet now, right hand by Bones, answered by Rage. Oh, and a knife-edge chop takes Frank Bones down to the mat. Nick Rage has regained control of this matchup, and what does he have in mind here? Uh-oh. Twists him into the Wrecking Neck. And that puts Frank Bones down one more time. Is this enough? Oh.
That's my little cage.
What does he have planned here?
That's my ruin. Frank Bones.
Oh, and Frank Bones narrowly avoids danger there. Oh, but Nick Rage smashes him right in the skull. And he's got it set up again. Oh, no. That is bad for Frank Bones.
I had to get surgery on this nose, and now you need surgery on your nuts.
He put that lid right over the groin area of Frank Bones and then smashed it with the kendo stick into the cover here. Oh, and a 2 count before Frank Bones. Oh, look at this. Reverses into an armbar, and he's really rearing back on it. Nick Rage trying to roll through, and he does. Oh, but he gets trapped. He gets trapped in the more traditional style armbar. Frank Bones really rearing back on it. Oh, but Nick Rage battles his way out with huge right hands. Now, for those of you who are unaware of the rules of a PWS hardcore matchup, you can use any weapon. You can fight anywhere in the yard area, but you must make the pin within the ring. We gotta have some rules here, or else these guys would leave the state probably in one of these hardcore matches. And Nick Rage really favoring that arm after the arm bar. Frank Bones tried to use the kendo stick, got cut off. Oh, and then he got a big punt right to the ribs. And Nick Rage going back to that lid, right down across the spine. And what does he have in mind here? Oh, he places that lid across the face. Backs up. Oh, and the leg drop crushes Bones' head. Nick Rage, absolutely vicious. Maybe he was trying to break the nose of Frank Bones, but either way, going right back into the cover. 2. And Bones gets the shoulder up one more time. And Nick Rage working the midsection of Frank Bones all match here. Another 2 count. Oof. And Frank Bones gets the shoulder up again. Nick Rage been working the back and the ribs, trying to take that wind away from Frank Bones. He knows Frank Bones' endurance is way, way up there. He's got a lot to give it a match. Oh, man, that is disturbing to see that shot to the ankle there. And then runs him right through to the chest with the hockey stick. A lot of plunder around the ringside area for this one. As Nick Rage drops the elbow right into the sternum. 1, 2. Oh, and Frank Bones, heart of a champion, keeps kicking out. Nick Rage trying to put this one away early and violently, but Frank Bones will just not cooperate. You can see Nick Rage still favoring that arm from the armbar. Must have been a very damaging submission hold for Nick. And Frank Bones' Irish whip. Oh, drop toe holds Nick Rage directly into the cooler. Wow. And Nick Rage could be out here. Frank Bones wasting a lot of time. He could be going for a pin. And I think Frank Bones is getting psycho here. Big shot to the forehead. Nick Rage down and out again. And now Frank Bones, I'm sure there's some small child out there who is missing their slide for this matchup. Oh, and Frank Bones makes the use of it. Big time frog splash off the slide. And man, Nick Rage really holding on to those ribs. He might regret calling out Frank Bones for this Mill City street fight. Oh, Frank Bones again setting up that slide. Right hand to the face of Nick Rage. Nick Rage crawling up Frank Bones. Look at this. And he wants even more.
You got me.
Ooh, big right hand. And another. Oh, and Rage answers back, and he must have got one of those damaged ribs, because it said Frank Bones stumbling back. Look at him just work. Oh my goodness, huge uppercuts to the floating rib area. And it's basically crippled Frank Bones in this matchup. And Rage backs up. Oh no. Splash. All of Nick Rage's weight coming down across the midsection of Frank Bones. And another shot to the spine. Nick Rage sticking to the game plan, and thus far it's working.
Or are you just another victim on my path of rage?
Asking Frank Bones if he's just another victim in his path of rage, and right now he certainly is. And another vicious uppercut to the ribs and the solar plexus. Trying to keep that gas tank of Frank Bones empty. And Nick Rage got a hold of him. Belly to back throw, and sends Frank Bones flying across the ring. Nick Rage loves those suplexes and throws and slams. And he's just taking Frank Bones pillar to post here in this Mill City street fight. Of course, Frank Bones from Lowell, Mass., also known as the Mill City. Just part of the reason why Nick Rage challenged him to this type of matchup. And Nick Rage up on the slide now. Oh, and the slide buckles under the weight of Nick Rage. But he still got the double axe handle for the 2. Ooh, wow. Very close call there. And another sledge to the back. Visibly frustrated, Nick Rage, trying to put Frank Bones away, wants to avenge this broken nose very badly. European uppercut sends Frank Bones flying across the ring and crashing into that slide. And could this be sharpshooter time? No, pushes off. And Frank Bones back up to his feet. Crossbody block brings down Nick Rage. And now Frank Bones trying to make a quick cover here too. Oh, and this time it's Nick Rage who has to power out. Ooh, nice. Wow, that's like a headstand senton there by Frank Bones. This man agility knows no bounds. And now he's got Nick Rage in his sights and his crosshairs. Nick Rage back up to his feet, and here comes Frank Bones. Missile drop kick. Wow. And now it's Nick Rage who might be spent. That missile drop kick blasted him right in the sternum.
Pull the trigger!
And here we go. It's time to pull the trigger. This is one of Frank Bones' signature maneuvers. He locks the arm in, lifts, and drives him down. And now look at this. Got the gator roll locked in. Oh, but look at this. He rolls through into a submission. Oh, man, Nick Rage in a bad spot here. Real bad spot. Frank Bones rolls back through, rolls him to near the outside. And rolls him back inside as well. And now into the cover. 1, 2. Oh, where did Nick Rage find the energy after all that? The pull the trigger, the gator roll, just wearing down the head, neck, and shoulder area. Nick Rage. Another quick cover. Frank Bones trying to put him away. And Nick Rage gets the shoulder up. The PWS didn't want to risk any of the referee's health. In this one, they told these two, you go out there, you count your own pins. You want this fight? You do it yourself. And Nick Rage blocks the shot. Low blow. Shot to the back. And what does he have in mind here? Locks in the full Nelson. And he spins Frank Bones face first into that cooler. Back in the original PWS, that was known as the Eternal Damnation. And now he's got Frank Bones right where he wants him one more time. Oh! Knee drop to the knee. And that big right hand from Nick Rage one more time. Of course, Nick also loves to use that running, jumping Superman punch known as the Fist of Rage. Devastating maneuver. And what does he have in mind here? Finally going back to that sharpshooter. Whoa! Slingshot! Frank Bones right into the cooler. Head first.
That's gotta be it.
And now Frank Bones is way, way in the background. I guess Nick Rage won't be going for a pinfall anytime too soon, but I don't think he really wants to. He kicks Frank Bones right in the ribs. And again, oh my god. Frank Bones is definitely going to have some broken ribs, something like that. Nick Rage has just been absolutely relentless with the body blows. And now he throws Frank Bones head first into a chair. This man is seeking vengeance for that broken nose, and he's not afraid to let anybody know it. But look at this. Frank Bones tried to jump up on Nick Rage, dragging him back to the ringside area. Running bulldog. And I don't know how tender that nose of Nick Rage still is, but you can see he's certainly dazed and confused. Frank Bones slow to get to his feet, but he's doing a lot better than Nick Rage is. And, Nick Rage giving the one finger salute to Frank Bones. He can't fight back, but he can certainly let him know how he feels. And looks like Frank Bones conjuring up all he's got left. Looks like he's ready to unleash. Oh, he went for a big drop kick, and he got sidestepped by Nick Rage, who drops the knee right into the temple. And Nick Rage, more importantly for himself, has bought considerable time. That knee hit Frank Bones directly in the side of the head. And it could just be a matter of time now for Frank Bones. He takes another stomp to the chest. What type of condition is Frank Bones going to be in for this championship match at War Tournament? Oh my goodness. 3 huge uppercuts right to the chest of Frank Bones. And he's up in the halo. Here goes. Oh, lands on his feet. Twist of time. Twister time. That's what put Nick Rage down before, and that's what broke his nose. Frank Bones crawling back to Nick Rage, trying to pick up this victory. And he goes for the pin. 1, 2. Oh my goodness. That had to be 2.8, possibly 2.9 before Nick Rage just got that shoulder up. And how demoralizing does that have to be for Frank Bones? That's what he beat Nick Rage with last time. But it was all for naught tonight. Frank Bones now. He's got that hockey stick. Nick Rage starting to stir. Oh, he tried to push up on that bad arm, and he just doesn't have the strength in it. Frank Bones forgets about the hockey stick. Oh, Fist of Rage! He hits the Fist of Rage. And look at this. Nick Rage still recovering. Had enough to deliver that Fist of Rage, but not enough to immediately capitalize. He gets Frank Bones back in the ring, into the cover now. 1, 2, and Frank Bones survives the Fist of Rage. These two have so much hate for each other, they just refuse to stay down, but you can tell Frank Bones is having a lot of problems there on the mat. If there was a referee or a doctor, they might possibly stop it at this point. And Nick Rage just pulled something out of that cooler and put it right on his hand. Oh my god, you hear how loud that is. I've got to guess it's some sort of brass knuckles.
Get the hell up.
Oh, look at this. Talking to him.
I know you're dreaming. I know you don't want you to see, but you're gonna see it. Get up.
Oh my goodness. A disgusting display
You
of
see that?
Fist of Rage with the knuckles.
When you watch his back, Frank Bones, because I know you don't know what's going on right now. But just know Nick Rage has special knuckles built just for you, Frank Bones, with your little itty bitty skull on the brim to make sure when I hit you with it, you were done for good. I promise you I'll break your life and I break you tonight. It's just the first step in that process.
And Nick Rage is he is just an angry, bitter man.
Come on, because you're not going to remember this, so you're going to have to come here. Come show all the little bones at home what happened to Papa Frank.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Frank Bones has just been devastated.
Just to remind you, I'll show you how it all ended, Frank Bones. I'll show you how it all ends. Come.
We are seeing a PWS legend just picked apart here on the debut episode of Action. And you gotta believe whoever the mystery opponent is for War Torn has gotta be loving this. And this is what he's talking about, the power of hate. Oh, the power of hate is a double underhook face buster that just drove Frank Bones' skull first into the mat. And this has gotta be it. Rolls Frank Bones in the middle of the ring, into the cover here. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. What a win for Nick Rage, and what bad luck for Frank Bones. And here we have the updated brackets for the PWS Championship Tournament. Nick Rage moving on to the finals. And November 28th, Frank Bones faces a mystery opponent at PWS War Torn. We'll see you in the ring.